Welcome back to the Creative Tribe podcast. This is a podcast about all the things that fuel a creative lifestyle. I'm Brian.
And I'm Rita.
And together we are Label Me Other. Label Me Other is our production company. And one of our goals is to create creative problem solvers. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then head over to our TikTok, search for Label Me Other, and join our creative tribe. We post over there almost daily. And if you like the podcast, wherever you're listening, give us a like and a follow. If you have any questions in the realm of content creation and starting a creative lifestyle, email us at labelmeother@gmail.com. New episodes of the podcast every Tuesday. And so this first little segment of our podcast is called our vent session. This is where we get anything off of our chest that has us in a negative mood. Because we believe that one of the keys to having a creative lifestyle is having the space to shake off any negative energy you may have stored within. And so, Rita, what's your vent?
My vent today is you can't pressure the praise. And I say that because I think for some people they think that they can how do I put this? That they can just request people to praise you for your work, but it doesn't work like that. You have to let the people naturally feel as though you've done a service to them to where they want to give you that level of praise. And we had an event that happened with that at work this week, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, is where a manager wanted to have a certain team member receive praise, and so she was egging on a particular person to try and showcase something that was done for her by the client, and the client's like, I'm not ready to share that. And so it's like you just can't do that. Don't be that person who's trying to pull praise out of people or have people acknowledge something that was done for them. Instead, just let it happen naturally. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, like, move on, get better, keep working at it. But it's not something that you can like make somebody do. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if other people have dealt with that or not. But it just seemed like a very odd thing to me.
No, I mean, just you can't force it. I agree. It's like if it comes naturally, let it come naturally. But
Yeah.
don't force it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
get.
don't do it for the praise either. Like, you shouldn't be doing something for the intent of getting praise. Do it because you want to do it and leave it at that.
On to our main topic. Because today I want to kind of talk about ways to keep your creativity flowing. And oftentimes it's difficult to keep your creative momentum. And so we just want to share a few ways that we keep our creativity going. And it's basically like four things that I've discovered that help me keep my creativity going. And that's, embracing a routine, staying curious, taking breaks, and then celebrating your progress. And I just want to just talk about, a little bit more in depth, each one of those, starting with embracing your routine. And that's something that, from what we've been doing with our social media and things like that with Label Me Other is, we've kind of developed a routine of posting, a routine of staying creative. Like each week, each day is like we're creating something, and we're creating a routine. And as that routine continues, it just creating becomes easier, I find.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I think routines are tough because you really have to break out of a comfort zone, and you have to like allow yourself to go through like the pains of consistency. But once you get there and you know what you need to like get there on a constant basis, then it becomes a lot easier. Like for me, when I'm doing like social media posts, at first I was like just struggling for ideas and didn't know what to do or what to post, and you hit that wall. I mean, everybody hits that wall, but I reach a point where I'm like, I've found the quickest way for me to get inspiration and it's generally like in everyday life, or it's scrolling TikTok, and I'll usually watch a TikTok or something, and then I'll see something in it that's like that sparks a question for me, and then I take that question and make it my post. So, but I found that routine of like, if I need inspiration, what's the quickest way for me to get it? And that only comes from consistency, and then like embracing the routine, right?
Right.
I think it's solid. Totally something you should try if you haven't like put yourself on a schedule.
So definitely, like I said, embrace the routine, develop a routine. And you kind of touched on it a little bit about finding inspiration. And that leads us into the second thing, which is stay curious. So like if you, at least, just like Rita said, you look at these other sources for inspiration, you're being curious about, well, I wonder how they're making their content. And so you dive deeper into a certain creator and you're looking at their content. It's like, and then you take inspiration from what they're doing, just anything, just inspiration is all around you, and you should definitely explore that.
Absolutely. And I mean, creativity is such a thing that like if you do it, it's one of those things like typically it'll be the more you do it, the better you become. But I think creativity is one of those things like the more you do it, the more you can get burnt out. And so you really have to take time to like step away. And there's this saying, I don't know it like verbatim, but it's essentially like life is infinitely more interesting than I don't know if it's art or if it's like shows or movies or whatever. But what I take from that is that if you just step out into life, like go visit a new country, go visit a new city or town, go experience something you've never done before, and you instantly are going to get like emotions, feelings, thoughts about that experience that will lead into your creativity. I mean, it's impossible for it not to, right? So put yourself in these situations, be curious, and try things that you haven't tried before so that you can harness new energies that you haven't had before. So that's what I would suggest for sure.
Definitely. And while you're out there exploring and you're creating, don't forget to take breaks. Now, but this can be a little bit dangerous because sometimes when you stop, once you get that that creativity flowing, and then you need to take a break and you stop, you have to make a promise to yourself to come back, because sometimes you may not come back into that same groove.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It really is. And it's weird. Breaks are just, it's a yin and a yang with the breaks, right?
You
So,
need them, but they can be a detriment. So,
and what I found is typically when I'm on a break, I can't turn off the creativity. So I'll try to harness it while I'm on the break. And like, if I see something, put it in my phone, write myself a message. Wouldn't that be interesting if blah, 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 so at least I'm like, I'm, I'm still being creative. I'm harnessing the creativity, but I'm not just like pushing it to the side so that then I have to rev it back up
right.
when it's time to go. But yeah, breaks they're an interesting thing.
Right.
Probably could do a whole episode on breaks, proper breaks, coming back, how to come out of a break. That sort of thing.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
And then the last one is, celebrate your progress. And the main thing that I want to point out with celebrating your progress is like you have to celebrate the little things, like the smallest things. Because I know, if you're out there, in the content creation game and you're just now starting out and you post up a video wherever on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then you put all that work into it and all that thought into that creation, and then you see 1 view, 2 views, 0 views. I know it could be different. I know that it could be difficult, but this is how I try to frame these things when it comes to that. It's like, well, the success and the progress is actually creating the video or whatever that you're creating. Before you even post it, just the fact that you completed it, that's the success.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's just it's the smallest thing, but that goes a long way, and that kind of keeps that kind of keeps your frame of mind in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great way of looking at it because a lot of times it does feel like a failure if it's not being received the way you want it to, if you're not getting
Mhm.
any engagement, if people are just kind of breezing by it, it becomes a point where you're just like, why am I doing this? But if your if your goal for yourself is, hey, I'm making videos, I've been wanting to make videos, I'm making videos now, then celebrate that and be happy
Celebrate.
with that. No matter if people are liking it, grooving with it or not, you're making videos. So yeah, that's a great way to look at it. That I haven't looked at it before, and I need to start looking at it like that. I think I'm on autopilot when it comes to like making videos at this point.
Hmm.
Like I don't really look at analytics anymore. I think I looked at them for the first time last night, actually, in probably months, because I just gotten to the point where I'm just like, these analytics aren't doing me justice right now. I just need to do the work, and so
Right.
I haven't really looked at them. And so also knowing what things are triggers for you. If it's a trigger for you to look at the analytics every day and see people are dropping out 2 seconds after your video, then don't look at them. Don't look at them. Just walk away and just do the work. Do the work.
All right, so those are 4 ways that we keep our creativity going. Just to recap: embrace your routine, stay curious, take breaks, and celebrate your progress. Even the smallest piece of progress, celebrate it. All right, so we want to thank you for listening. If you like what we're providing here with this podcast, head over to our TikTok, search for Label Me Other, and join our creative tribe. If you like the podcast, be sure to give us a like and a follow. And if you have any questions in the realm of content creation or starting a creative lifestyle, email us at labelmeother@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.